Hi, and welcome to The Sound of Self, the podcast that's all about empowering women in their 30s to make mindful shifts, find their purpose, and step into their power.
This podcast is not just about discussions, it's a movement. We're here to break through the barriers that hold women back from freely expressing themselves. The world needs your unique voice, and we're here to help you find it.
So thank you for joining Jess and Erin on The Sound of Self. Let's unlock the power within and create a life that resonates with the true essence of you.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our very first episode. Today we're talking about confidence, the thing that everyone wants more of, or do they? How do we gain more courage and self-confidence? We're going to unpack this today and discuss things that may interfere with our self-confidence and how we can get it back.
Absolutely. And I absolutely love talking about confidence. Has been a really key part of my own journey personally. It's how I've come to be where I am now, being a confidence coach, counselor, and facilitator. And it's something that a lot of people come to me about, not necessarily that they've never had confidence before, and, where do they start? Quite often it's they've lost it somewhere along the way and they're wanting to find out how to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we all have those stories, right, of maybe when we were a little child and we were screaming at the top of our lungs and had all the confidence in the world, and then something happened, something knocked us off that pedestal. And I mean, for me, it was really a high school memory. A lot of times when I was really shy in high school, I didn't really fit in. I was that weird kid that talked about, budgies and random stuff that people are like, what is going on? And it just made me lose my confidence. But from my heart, from the space of what my soul really wanted, I just wanted to get on stage and sing. And I remember one time when we were in school assembly and these girls in the choir were singing, and they were just, they sounded beautiful and everything. And I was just sitting there in the audience going, I should be there. I should be on that stage singing in front of that audience. But every part of me just couldn't do it. I just froze until I actually got out of high school. I did vocal lessons. And for the first time ever, I felt like I could just be 100% my authentic self and not be, I suppose, judged or fear that I'd be ridiculed.
Amazing. Such a beautiful story. And that's what I love about this as well. Just the stories. Yeah, my own confidence. I was pretty confident when I was much younger. And I had confidence up until high school. There was a little bit of bullying, but I didn't seem to let that get to me too much, I think. I became school captain. I feel so lame to say that.
Okay, girl.
But I'm saying it because
Yeah.
I had to do public speaking all the time and that was no trouble at all. But somewhere along the way in early adulthood, I had to do public speaking for work. And at that time I was in the Army Reserves. I was on a leadership course. And I was asked to get up and speak, and I got up thinking, yes, I know the answer to this, saw everyone, started shaking, was silent, nothing came out at all. And after a few minutes, they were like, oh, you can sit down now. And yeah, that really summed it up. That's just part of it. But there are things that kind of happen in between that. Other people's views, I suppose, bit of a toxic relationship really played a part in that, and it stopped me from doing what I loved. And
I found also, to add to that, Jess, that a lot of my, I suppose, confidence knockbacks have been with those really intimate relationships that I've had, maybe someone I really trusted and confided in that just totally crushed me, through a really bad breakup, or, laughing at an idea I had. It just made me feel like I wasn't enough. And then, that seed gets planted somewhere subconsciously. Maybe we don't realize at the time. Then 5 years later, you wonder why you don't do certain things anymore, or you don't take certain risks anymore.
yeah, 100%. It's like there's a part of us that takes that situation and derives a certain meaning from that. A lot of our experiences, we're constantly deriving meanings, and we're doing that so that we can learn and adapt and, have the best chances of survival if we're thinking from the animal point of view. And yeah, one of those things is like, well, I wasn't enough in this circumstance, so maybe I shouldn't put myself in this situation again because I'm going to get the same result. And so we hold back that little bit more. And I saw that with my studies. I didn't think I was good enough to study or smart enough to study psychology, or yeah, it's just getting out of my comfort zone really helped me get there. And yeah, I'll explain more, but has something similar happened to yourself where it was like somehow you just accidentally showed yourself that you could do it? Or
You tricked yourself into doing it.
yeah, it
You
was
just stop
just
thinking about it and you just take the action. I mean, if we put that into today's experience, I don't feel confident about going to the gym. That's been a big one for me, particularly for this year moving forward. I've been to the gym and then there's all these mirrors everywhere and you can see every single angle and everyone else can see every single angle, and realizing that that's not the space for me to ease into exercise again has been a big thing to accept. And yeah, I think it's been waves of different emotion coming up every time I even try and exercise. There's just so many mental blocks through that we're now working together on this new habit. It's starting to chip away, it's starting to become more easy, and I'm starting to feel more confident to just go and do the exercise, and then the results are starting to show. So it's really exciting.
that reminds me of this amazing quote. I just quickly typed it in because I always misquote quotes. And it's the paradox that I'm going to misquote it because I can't find it. But the ultimate paradox is that when we accept who we are, then we can become who we're capable of. It's
Yeah,
totally not in those words. But the gist of it is it's so interesting how when we finally accept where we're at, then the other stuff just kind of follows. But
exactly.
if we're so busy with those internalized thoughts and criticisms and beliefs and judgments that other people might have told us in the past, like, see, I told you, you're not good enough because you did that thing, then we're not accepting where we're at in that moment. And for yourself there, you accepted this isn't for me right now, and that's okay. And look how you've been able to flourish. And I have such the same like
Yeah, no
experiences
mirrors,
as
no
well.
worries.
Yeah, exactly. Love
Exercise
that.
without mirrors. Who would have known? Yeah. So I
Beautiful.
suppose the thing that we're moving towards in this conversation today is basically talking about tools that have helped us and could maybe help the people listening to move through to feeling confident again. And Jess, you have some really easy ways to explain this. So I'm going to let you take the reins of that.
Yeah. In summary, some of the things that really stand out is accept where you're at, that where you're at is okay, and to get creative with, as you did, you just made it work another way. You've got a goal and you find another way to do it. If you're starting to doubt yourself, reflect on the things that you have achieved in the past when you felt like maybe you couldn't do it in those circumstances because you've done this before. Yeah, accept where you're at and get creative. Remember you've done this before.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. One thing that has helped me in this particular scenario is like, well, of all the awesome things I did last year, I'm pretty sure I can do this. For you to
Yes.
remember that. Remember that one thing that you did that you felt good at and go, okay, well, I can do this. I'm going to move forward. It's just a little thought.
Hell yes. Yes, don't believe everything your mind tells you is another really key one. I can't stress that enough. Like our mind will tell us lots of things when we're scared because it's built to protect us. So we don't have to believe everything. We can just do the thing anyway.
Get on with it,
Yeah.
loosen up, and do it for you.
Yes.
For you for now. Don't think about you in the future. Just think about the love that you can give yourself now.
Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Yes, I love that.
So, this is leading into our other topics that we're going to be covering in this podcast, which we're really excited to share on the lines of self expression, confidence, goal setting, and all those fun, juicy topics. So if you really love our podcast, we'd love you to give us some feedback. Let us know what you would like to hear more about. And we can't wait to talk to you more about it.
Yes, so excited. Can't wait.